So we're back here at Hogwarts doing our good playthrough, and basically I was going to go into a secret room that some people don't specifically know about. So all you do is if you go into, so when you come from the cross wands, you come up the passageway to the right, and then just go into the frog here, and then it'll spit you out in this secret room here. And just in here there's a chest that gives you a wand handle. So it's nice to actually have a little look in these rooms, because the devs have actually given you some hints as to what they were looking at in terms of wand designs. And there are other rooms. I mean, it's actually a Dumbledore's wand, or a slight variation of Dumbledore's wand there. I mean, it actually has tags on them, to be fair, as well. So these must have been some designs they were looking at, possibly for the game. Some of them actually... Right, so I wouldn't recommend you going out this door here, because this is the reason why. I mean, you can do it, you won't get any full damage, but it's safer to just do this. Right, so we're quickly just going to go up here. So this takes you to the faculty area, and there's two field guide pages here. One of Buffario, I believe that's pronounced. So while we're here, we might as well just run down and get the Floo Flame that's here as well. One-eyed witch. So this is obviously going to be here no matter what, because it is canon. It is actually in the books. It's a passageway that George and Fred tell Harry about. Right, and if we go up here, it just takes you to the Gryffindor common room. Now, obviously you won't be let in, but there is a field guide page here. Now, if you do go much nearer than that, the fat lady does actually make a comment to you about going away. Right, so now we're going to make our way to Professor Weasley. Right, so this is the corridor that takes you to the area where it takes you to the cross wands. Okay, so that's where we came from. Right. Oh, wrong button. Sorry, I was going to open the field guides. Right, so these maps that I've not actually looked at before. Oh, that was in the shape of Hogwarts crest. It's interesting. Haven't been in the Scouts. Looking at maps is something of an interest to me, because it was something that we were heavily taught. And we were always told that the best way to remember the compass was to use the phrase "never eat shredded wheat," meaning north, east, south and west. Right. After a while you'll probably get fed up of using this compass tracking system, especially as you get to know Hogwarts itself and the common areas. Sebastian, can you get out of my way please, mate? Right, so just here there is another field guide page. Apparently, Slytherins like to think this window is in reference to their founder, Salazar Slytherin. But it mentions about the legendary Green Man, and ironically, there's an actual roundabout just not far from where I live that's known as the Green Man. I think it's because it was named after the pub.
Simply because you had one victory over Sallow. He never backs down from the fight.
Right, so then just over here. So this is...
She's now a teacher herself. It's a wonder she's not gobbled up by her own fanged geranium.
Oh, that's a reference.
Thought you'd want to know.
Bit of reference to Professor Garlic there.
If someone gets struck by a cursed broom, we do hope it's you.
Alright, so this is important wizarding lore. Because it tells you how the first Patronus was ever produced. Right, so let's go and say hello to Professor Weasley. And of course then there's... So this is basically a reference to the fact that Sir Cadogan believes this to be the wyvern that he fought. Is that Adelaide? Yes, it's Adelaide. Okay.
What about the room, Professor?
I was thinking the same thing, Deke. Perhaps you could help.
Oh, excuse, Deke.
Ah, there you are. I trust your first classes went well?
They did, Professor.
I heard as much from Professors Hecat and Ronan. Seems Professor Fig taught you quite a bit during your brief detour near... what was it you said? Some ruins? I'd wager there's a good deal more to your travels here than what you've told me. Isn't there?
Right, so there is no morality system to this. So whether you think you're going to play the evil mode or not, there is obviously wording that makes you sound evil, if you choose to do that. But ultimately at the end, even if you choose to go to the dark side, your character is going to be perceived to be good, irrespective of what way you go. And this is something that the developers made very clear when the game came out. So I was honest with her the last time, and I'm going to remain honest with her in this. But you can go with whatever answer you like.
Have you and Professor Fig not discussed my training?
He continues to be reticent about the details, mentioning only a few spells. Revelio, was it? And Lumos?
That's correct, Professor.
I see. Like trying to get a sonnet from a streeler. Regardless, you must continue to build upon what you've learned. In that regard, I've asked your professors to help hasten your progress with some extra assignments.
Professor Ronan did mention something about that.
In fact, Professor Ronan will meet you outside momentarily to assign your first one. Now, regarding the trip to Hogsmeade I mentioned earlier, we've arranged to replace the supplies lost on your way here, including seeds, potion recipes, and spellcrafts.
Thank you, Professor.
And Mr. Ollivander will connect you with the perfect wand. You've managed your classes well with a borrowed wand, but you'll find the magic you cast with your own wand to be far superior.
Can you tell me more about the potions shop, Professor?
J. Pippin's Potions stocks a wide array of potions ingredients, although they rarely sell recipes. Professor Sharp asked that they have a couple of particular recipes on hand for you.
I've never heard of a spellcraft before, Professor. What is it?
A spellcraft is a recipe of sorts used when conjuring objects. I shall explain more about them when you begin working with transfiguration magic.
There's an Ollivander's in Hogsmeade.
There is. Most people are familiar with the shop in Diagon Alley. We're fortunate to have someone like him nearby. Mr. Ollivander is a genuine craftsman and highly skilled wand maker. I would trust no one else to pair me with a wand.
I'm eager to get to Hogsmeade.
Very well. I'd like you to make your first visit to the village with a classmate. Help you get your bearings. Perhaps Sebastian Sallow or Natsai Onai. I've noticed you spending time with them.
Right. Now, I believe I went with Sebastian the last time. I can't actually remember. Which stupid, really, to think I would. You know what? I'm going to stick
I'd
with
like to go
Sebastian.
with Sebastian.
Glad to hear it. Mr. Sallow is a capable young wizard, and he knows the area. He'll keep you well clear of any of Victor Rookwood's undesirables en route.
Rookwood?
A rather unsavory local. Best to avoid him and his associates, including his right hand of sorts, Theophilus Harlow, if you can. Once you've finished Professor Ronan's assignment, your friend will meet you at the castle doors. No time to waste. The sooner you complete your work, the sooner you can enjoy a butterbeer at the Three Broomsticks.
Right, so just over here, there is another field guide.
Revelio.
I believe that this is actually in reference to Ron Weasley when he was trying to transfigure his cup or his rat into a teacup. Right, just bear with me a moment. Alright, sorry about that. So let's go and see Professor Ronan. Oh. Okay, so this is another thing I've noticed, is that they've added the bits that give you more in-depth detail as to what you need to do. So, Socratic ensemble.
Ah, there you are.
You have a new spell to teach me, Professor.
Indeed I do, and an exceedingly useful one at that. The mending charm, Reparo. Fixes things right up, makes a broken object good as new in the blink of an eye.
It seems as if that might come in handy.
More frequently than one would imagine. As Professor Weasley mentioned, I am not the only one who will be teaching you spells outside of class in an effort to catch you up with your peers. A number of your professors have agreed to do so as well, but first, each shall ask that you complete a few preliminary tasks to hone your magic. I have arranged some for today. See them through and then report back to me. We will have you casting Reparo in no time.
Right, so obviously you can ask him what the purpose of the tasks are, but he's already explained that in there. So I'm just going to end the conversation there.
Right away, Professor.
I mean, it's really just to get you to...
Got it. Leviosa.
It's really to just get you to learn to use the spells that you've already done so. I don't know why Adelaide keeps...
A flying page must be around here somewhere. Brilliant.
It's like she's going around in circles.
I trust the preliminary tasks.
I completed the assignments, Professor.
Marvelous. You clearly know your way around basic charms. Let us give the old mending charm a try then, shall we? Remember to be deliberate in your enunciation and movements. I want to see some vigor. Now, wand at the ready.
Yes, sir.
Remember, your wand is a conduit of your magic. That's it. Very good. If you would like to practice mending something, have a go with that broken statue in the alcove by the water. It allegedly symbolized heartbreak. Perhaps a jilted lover thought it too accurate and lashed out.
Right. So let's tag that. So I'll explain why I chose Sebastian in a moment. I mean, don't get me wrong. Through a lot of my playthroughs, I've used, you know, basically used both Natty and Sebastian, but Sebastian says some things that I think are quite pertinent to your character. Right, so these doors, these puzzle doors, I'm not going to do them right now.
To finally have an answer as to why that portrait was empty.
I'll just do Cressida's quest quickly.
Right? Oh, hello. Thank you for asking. I'm Cressida, by the way, and I'm afraid everything's not all right. I may be in a spot of trouble with the librarian. You see, I'm fond of creating my own charms. Thought I'd perfected my light as a feather charm to use on my library books. My arms get so tired carrying them around all day. But I must have confused the Latin word for feather with bird in my incantation, because when I opened my bag just now in the library, they literally took flight.
That sounds brilliant, actually.
Thank you. Somehow I don't think the librarian will see it that way. I collect the books and remove the charm myself, except this isn't the first time one of my charms has threatened a piece of the library. Our meet told Madame Scribner they were my books flying around, so she said that if I caused her any more trouble, she'd write to my parents. Perhaps you could get them for me. There are only 5. She won't be suspicious of a new student looking around.
Why did Army tell Madame Scribner that they were your books?
Oh, to be perfectly honest, I don't think he meant any harm. I think he was impressed, bragging on my behalf. Amit spends a lot of time gazing at the stars, but he knows a good charm when he sees one.
I suppose I could help, if I have the time.
Oh, I'd very much appreciate it. One of the books is my diary. I'd rather it not fall into the wrong hands. If you could collect them and bring them to me, I can remove the charm.
So I don't know if Cressida is an actual...
I'm going to have to use Accio to get those books. Got it. Only 4 more to go.
I don't know if she's an actual canon character.
Accio.
This is amazing. Normally I can get these so literally as soon as I come in the door.
This must be Cressida's diary.
Right, today was a good day, that is until Gareth splashed whatever ridiculous concoction he was creating all over my perfectly stewed lace wing flies. I had to empty my entire cauldron and start all over again. He is such a menace, thinks he knows everything there is to know about potions, always disrupting Professor Sharp's class with his experiments. I'm utterly convinced that if he wasn't Professor Weasley's nephew, he would have been expelled by now. And she mentions a new food there that seems to be popular. Arbroath Smokies, I believe it's pronounced. Again tonight for dinner. I'm becoming more partial to them now, although I still prefer meat pie. Sounds like most of the British public. Well, at a particular point anyway. I have to go up there anyway, to be fair. So let's go and activate the Flue Flame.
Revelio.
So this is the portrait you actually see in the trailer, where he's shushing you. I'm actually really impressed at how far your wand can go to grab with the Accio.
That's the last book. Now to take them back to Cressida.
Right, well there's just one more thing I need to do before we do that.
Lumos.
Alright, so let's go and give these back and let's get to Hogsmeade. I do apologise if you have motion sickness. It does make me dizzy doing that. Oh, actually... let's get this now because it'll save.
Hello, Cressida. I collected your books, including your diary.
Oh, what a relief. Thank you. I'll happily take the heavy lot off your hands now.
Here you are.
Well, lesson learned. I certainly won't be practicing any charms in the library again anytime soon. Now, to work out where I went wrong. Perhaps I should start brushing up on my Latin. Thank goodness some people are trustworthy. Certainly wouldn't want anyone but me reading my diary.
Right, so one of the things I like about some of these interactions is that part of the main quest that you do later, where you're involved in having to well, let's have a quick look at this. Well, it's pretty much similar to the prefix, so let's keep that on. Now I can't remember what it is my mum called them, but was that level 12? Oh no, level 7. So that's sure. Yeah, so my mother referred to the trousers, all those particularly short things, as knickerbockers, which is a term I'm aware of that was used in the 1700s.
Got a peek at the prefect's bathroom.
Revelio.
Not if he's there.
I do look forward to going home for the holidays. Mum's pumpkin.
It's typical that just as I walked away, Sir Paddle waved.
I've been sending out for my mother.
Revelio. Well, fancy meeting you here.
Right, hello Sebastian.
Hello, Sebastian.
Ah, my new charge. I'm told you're in dire need of supplies, and I'm to accompany you into Hogsmeade for them. Is this your first foray into the village?
It is. I haven't left the castle since I arrived.
Well, I shall endeavour to be the very best of guides, then. Hogsmeade's a charming little place. Self-contained, too. We should be able to find you everything that you need. Shall we? I was glad Professor Weasley asked me to join you today.
As am I.
Right, so this chap here, this is fellow 5th year Hector Fawley.
The way I see it, I'd be wise to keep an eye on you.
And Hector Fawley, as some of you will know, was the Minister of Magic during the time of Grindelwald's reign of terror.
Speaking of Weasley, she seems to have taken quite a shine to you.
Has she? That's nice to hear.
I'm still surprised that a professor would entrust me with anything, given my detention record.
Spend a lot of time in detention, do you?
Just enough to keep me well-rounded.
So it's that point where he just said
Speaking of
about
detention, this trip to Hogsmeade might have saved me from one.
where he just mentions that
Madam Scribner, the librarian, was on the hunt for me.
oh,
As
by
is
the
often
way,
the case.
just down here there's a secret bit you
Professor
can get
Weasley
down
managed
to.
retrieve me, and I was able to convince old Scribner that I had somewhere to be.
I will try to remember to take you some of these bits, because I did a bit more exploring and
How did you manage to get on the librarian's bad side?
Well, I suspect it's a matter of differing opinions. She thinks I shouldn't be allowed in the restricted section, and I, on the other hand, am inclined to disagree. Oh, just one moment. This is an excellent spot to gather lacewing flies. They're pretty to look at. If you stew them long enough, they make a powerful potion ingredient.
Right, so basically, it was the bit where he makes a comment about Professor Weasley taking a shine to you that I think is important, because I think she knows there's more to you than obviously she's being told.
Merlin's beard from the Forbidden Forest. Look!
What's going on?
See for yourself. Quite a sight, isn't it? You certainly don't see that every day.
Do you think Poppy's already seen the hippogriffs?
Absolutely.
Likely already named them too.
Prancehoof and Sugarfoot.
To the left is the Forbidden Forest. Out of bounds to all students.
Oh, hence the name.
Precisely. They think it's too dangerous. I think they need to have more confidence in our defensive abilities. Ah, you can see Hogsmeade just past those ruins up ahead.
What I like about this is that you can hear Sebastian is out of breath.
Have you had much of a chance to explore the castle?
A little. It's positively enormous.
It is that. I've been there 5 years and barely scratched the surface.
Now there is a way to actually get this.
Oh? Anything you'd like to share with the class?
Perhaps one day. I can't go around telling you all my secrets now, can I? You still haven't told me how you became so good at dueling.
So, if you...
Thestrals pulling a carriage a bit grim, though I suppose most people don't actually see them at all.
But you can see them.
Unfortunately. But you've seen quite a bit yourself firsthand too. Most notably that dragon attack. Hopefully the rest of your year isn't as eventful.
Accio!
Yes, as I was going to say, so anybody that's recently watched, actually I'll explain it in a minute because there'll be more dialogue coming up now.
Mr. Moon! He's the Hogwarts caretaker. Looks a bit worse for wear. Hello, Mr. Moon. Have you met our new 5th year?
Pleasure. You might want to turn back, Mr. Sallow. Turn and run.
Is everything all right, sir?
Oh, look right at me. Eyes big as saucers.
What did, Mr. Moon?
Guys. Ugly and airy and terrifying. I shall be at the castle where it's safe. Good luck to both of you.
A demi-guise? I don't know what he's putting in his pumpkin juice, but he's obviously had too much of it. I've never seen Mr. Moon accurate.
Well, I've seen a lot of people do that on different playthroughs, but I just prefer to use the basic charm.
My sister Anne thinks he's
or the
lovely,
basic
but I'd say
cast.
he could improve a bit as a caretaker.
Oh, is your sister in Slytherin too?
She is, or rather, she was. She's not well, but she'll be better soon and back at Hogwarts. Honestly, if one could bottle the magic of this place, I don't know if it's the shops or the people, but there's just something about Hogsmeade.
Cool.
Revelio flock to it like moths to a flame. So how would you like to do this? Weasley told me you had a list of things to get, a wand and some other bits.
Yes. Dittany seeds, some spellcrafts, and some potion recipes.
Perfect. Can't wait to see what you do with the new wand. And a short list gives you plenty of time to poke around the village. I just have to pop into a shop to find something for my sister. Let's meet up in the town circle when you're finished. Remember, have fun. It's Hogsmeade.
Right, so as you can see, it shows you different places you can go to. So it gives you the option to mark one up. Suspended witches you can't go to just yet. So the starred ones are places you can go to. It's also important to note that they also are locations of field guides pages as well. So if you ever get stuck for finding some of them, that's where you'll find them. Some of those. Although there are some that aren't marked that have field as well. That so the mill up here, for instance, and they have that has a field guide page to collect as well. So normally I've always gone to Ollivander's first. So what I want to do is go to Tomes and Scrolls and all that first, I think, today.
An inquiring mind.
Pardon me, sir. I'm here for the spellcrafts Professor Weasley ordered.
Matilda's student. I thought I might be seeing you soon. I am the proprietor here, Thomas Brown. I take it you've had a conjuring lesson then?
I'm afraid I haven't yet, sir.
Ah, but you will soon enough. It is magic at its purest, creating something out of nothing. Of course, it is not without complexity, but that is where my spellcrafts come in. Stay the course, and you could soon impress even Professor Weasley.
That's certainly something to aspire to, Mr. Brown. I look forward to that day.
And I, too, seeing it. Spellcrafts are incredibly useful for conjuring unique items like custom pieces of furniture or decoration. But I shall let Professor Weasley do the teaching. For now, let's get the spellcrafts you need. A potting table and a potion station, yes?
I believe so, sir.
Good. Nothing like being able to grow your own ingredients and brew what you want, when you want. Let's have a look. If you're interested, feel free to take a look around at the rest of my inventory.
Right, so you can sell items to any vendor. So I don't want to sell them because they've got high value. Right. Now I'm just going to go and borrow something from his room. Right, so there is a little secret here for some people who may not know. And if you actually go over to the stairs, so if you do this before you do that, this Revelio page tells you about it. Right, so as I cannot track anything in terms of right, so I'll do a lot of the guide, some of these field guide pages.
Not much of the dark arts that frightens me.
Revelio.
Who is there? So usually the person in charge of this is... Right, so J. Pippins is just up here.
Welcome to J. Pippin's Potions.
Revelio. Pardon me, sir.
Oh, thank goodness. When I heard the bell, I thought you were Miss Lawang. Not that she deigns to come here. Though, I don't believe I've seen your face here before, either.
It's my first time in Hogsmeade, actually.
Is it really? Well, Parry Pippin at your service. And this is J. Pippin's Potions. Potions for all ailments. You'll have read it on the sign, of course, but Grandfather always made me say it in full. How may I help you today?
Professor Weasley sent me to collect some recipes. I'm new at Hogwarts.
You're the student she sent the owl about. I set your things aside immediately. I suspected if you're anything like I was at your age, you'd want your potion supplies. Is it not the most fascinating art, potion making? Rivals anything you can do with a wand, I've always said.
Are potions really that versatile?
They may not be as showy as spellwork, but make no mistake, they are just as powerful. They can heal, destroy, protect. You'll discover all of this soon enough. As it's your first time in, I should mention that it's not just potion recipes I sell. I also offer ready-made drafts for all manner of uses, and I unveil new ones from time to time. Pop in when you can so you don't miss out on anything. But for now, let's get you those recipes, shall we?
Right.
Feel free to take a look at the rest of my inventory, or come back another time if you're in a rush today.
So I find it interesting that he says about not just potion recipes he sells, when Professor Weasley said that he doesn't normally sell them. Defense, oh, it doesn't matter what I put on. It'll basically be more or less the same. Right, so up here. Magic leap.
Well, hello there.
Revelio.
Ooh. So actually having a delivery today.
Pardon me, sir. I'm here for the seeds Professor Weasley arranged for me to collect.
Oh, the dittany for the new 5th year. I take it that's you then. Merlin's beard. Starting Hogwarts as a 5th year. You must be positively reeling from it all.
Not at all. I'm choosing to see it all as one big adventure.
Well, bravo. Not everyone has the temperament to take things as they come. Name's Timothy Teasdale, by the way, and this is my shop, the Magic Neep. I keep the cart out here because I like a good chat. Can't very well be in the thick of things if I'm hidden away inside now, can I?
I suppose not.
In addition to seeds, I have plenty of plants. Grow everything myself. My speciality is potion ingredients. Even Pippin purchases from me. But what say we get you a packet of Dittany seeds? Do have a look around. Plenty of ingredients to pique your interest, I'd wager.
Right, I won't get those for now. So what I'll do is I will come... actually, we can go this way. Oh no, actually, let's go this way. So in the next episode, I'll just explore Hogsmeade at a slower pace. Oh, it's not. It's unusual to see him round here. Right, so let's go into Ollivander's. I'm noticing a lot of huge differences in this compared to what I am.
I'll be right with... Ah, it's you. Just a moment, please.
Hello, sir. I'm looking
for a new wand. Yes, it's about time.
Yes, about time?
Well, you're our new fifth-year student, are you not? Oh, what am I saying? Of course you are. Gerbold Ollivander's the name. But of course, you'll have heard of the Ollivanders, I'm sure. Finest wand makers in the world. It's a pleasure to meet you, truly. Now, come with me. Let's find you the perfect wand, shall we? No, not you. Yes. Powerful core. 10.5 inches. You might do. Here, give this one a try. Well, go ahead, swish. How odd. Once more, come on, really swish it. Oh dear. Well, this isn't a good match at all, is it? We'll find you something, not to worry. No, not you. Perhaps. Yes. A rare wood, 13 3/4 inches, dragon heartstring. Let's give this one a try. Oh, goodness. Looks like it's back to the shelf for you. This is proving to be trickier than I had anticipated. How perplexing. Where are you? Perhaps you? There you are. Yes, I think you might be the one. Here, take it.
Right, so as I've got my account linked to sorry about that. So as I've got my account linked to the official Wizarding World website, you're going to see what my actual wand is. As you can see, it is Elder with Phoenix Feather. Flexibility is hard and 14.5 inches. Now this is the actual wand I always go for, and I won't change that. So, but there are other versions you can get. as you can see.
Curious indeed.
And as you can see, there's different colours you can choose.
How intriguing.
Okay, so I always tend to go for either the warm brown or the dark brown. So this time around I'm going to go for the warm brown. So the only thing I'm going to change here is the flexibility, but obviously you can change the size and the wood type as well. If you want to go for Merlin's woods, it is suggested that it was English oak.
How intriguing.
Right, so I don't want it to be too, so I usually go for slightly yielding. And then obviously you've got the dragon heartstring there, tells you what it does. But here we go.
What do you think? Extraordinary. Another wand, another beginning of a bright and magical future. Now, how did that feel?
Good. Different. I sensed a sort of surge of some kind.
A match. Your connection seemed particularly powerful. The right wand will learn from you, just as you learn from it.
I'm eager to try it out.
Of course. And a phoenix feather core is terribly selective. This will be an excellent match indeed. And the bond between you and your wand should only grow stronger. Do not be surprised at your new wand's ability to perceive your intentions, particularly in a moment of need.
That sounds wonderful, Mr. Ollivander.
I'll let you get to it. Do come and see me again if ever I can be of further assistance.
Well, that's everything. Better go and find Sebastian.
Right, well, we're going to end it there. So, next time, as I say, we're going to wander around, do a little bit of exploration, like go to Honeydukes and to Zonko's and that, and see some other areas of Hogsmeade and that before we so hopefully I'm going to try and do a centered 30 minutes of that exploration before we get back to the main story. Okay, but until then, goodbye for now and happy gaming, everybody.